Welcome. And for the purposes of this meeting, to provide the community and me with presentations from 3 or 4 vendors previously vetted by the School Consolidation Committee for consideration for possible engagement by the district for a second enrollment study to determine a reasonable level of reliability with enrollment projections. I call this Phase 1 work with the vendor. And then, and only then, if needed, a firm that can utilize the data collected and work performed in Phase 1 to begin, if approved at a later date by the school board, to conduct a redrawing of attendance areas. Each of the presenters will have 30 minutes this evening to demonstrate their services. We have 2 of the 3 vendors who plan to provide a live presentation, and 1 vendor will do a remote presentation. The vendors will be, the remote presentation will be first this evening. We're just changing the schedule. They were scheduled to be last, but we probably, with the weather, have our first presenter running late. All presentations will be video recorded and placed on a district website by the end of the day Friday. The next step in this process is for me, if possible, schedule a special meeting of the board to hear and vote on a vendor for Phase 1, a second enrollment report. Once a vendor is approved for Phase 1, the second enrollment projection study, I will then use that vendor's prescribed process timeline to determine if an update to the district's timeline should be made and communicated to the public. I want to inform those in attendance and those viewing from home that I will take suggestions or comments, but do not want to give the expectation that I will be replying to questions. Please know that while I will review all of the comments and utilize this information as part of my decision-making towards a recommendation, I will not be able to respond to all the questions or any of the questions that may be posed. If, for instance, you want to send me a question, send me information in a question format, you can do that, but please don't have the expectation that a response will be provided. I can use that information in my decision-making process to possibly determine if a question should be answered. So all comments, suggestions, or questions without expectation of responses from me shall be sent to information@methacton.org. Again, that's information@methacton.org.